in this room sort of came out of one piece of wood. And that piece of wood is over here, mounted on the wall in its new form. When I found it, it was a log that was filled with holes made by a yellow-bellied sapsucker. And I took molds of that log and the holes that the bird had bored into that piece of wood and decided to interpret it as a kind of a recording left behind. And so each of these pieces is a way of exploring this sort of unknowable message, I guess, that was left by another species. And I was also really interested in how woodpeckers, including the yellow-bellied sapsucker, will use items left in the environment by humans, like metal road signs and bits of metal on houses to hammer on, because when they're hammering, they're not just looking for food. Sometimes they're hammering to sort of mark out their territory. And so that's why I made this call and response dialogue between this piece that hammers on the original log that an actual sapsucker hammered on and a road sign that depicts the sapsucker. So in my mind, that's kind of a cultural evolution, I think, and I think that's an example of what living in proximity with other species can offer us. So I wanted to kind of examine how living close to these woodpeckers could augment human culture or influence our own life and interaction with the environment. So each of these is sort of an interpretation of those marks and what they could potentially mean. That's it. Thanks, everybody.